Hello book lovers, welcome to Uncommon Reader. My name is Daniela and today I'm responding to a tag called In Your Wildest Dream, created by Heather Reads, and I've been tagged by Katherine from Raspberry Reads. So thank you, Heather. Thank you, Katherine. So this is a really fun tag. It relates to our habits as a reader, but also there is more because, of course, we are dreaming big in this tag. So the first prompt is asking us your fantasy time and place to read a book. So for me, I don't have a special place and a special time. Any time is good if I have the luxury of reading. So it would be outdoors, indoors, it doesn't matter. And as long as there is some quiet time. I don't especially like people talking around me. I can't concentrate, so that would be definitely a turn off. But as long as there's, a little bit of nature sounds or complete silence or some music, I'll be okay. It really doesn't matter the place and the time, as long there's sort of an atmosphere, a relaxed atmosphere that will allow me to focus on what I'm reading. So the second prompt is your fantasy personal library, or your personal library if you have attained your fantasy. So I think my dream library would be containing all the books I read and loved. So it would be all my 4 and 5 stars books. I don't really buy all the books I read. I rent a lot of books from the library. I have a lot of 4 and 5 stars reads, but unfortunately I don't buy them all. I happen to buy books that I've been renting at the library just because I love them so much that I want to have a copy. But then it never happens that I buy them all. So yeah, my fantasy library would just have all the lovely books I read, and I feel very emotional about it. Now it gets tricky. The third prompt asks, there are actually 3 questions included in this one. Imagine you have decided to build a bookshop. Okay. First of all, I've never thought about it because I felt always to be very like a free spirit. So I always gotten jobs that I would be independent. So I was a photographer, fashion designer. And so I really like to have a job that allows me to move freely whenever I want. But so the thought of having a space where I would have to stay there all the time, where you can have employees, but it's a big responsibility. So okay, let's imagine. And actually while I was thinking about the answers, I was thinking, oh, okay, I could do this. All right, what would you call your bookshop? We'll get back to this question because I couldn't answer at the beginning, but then responding to another question, I started to visualize the ambience, and then I came up with a bookshop name. So we'll get back to that. The second question on the third prompt is, would it sell new or secondhand books? I would think it would have both, and would love to have both. And actually, I would love to have a book crossing section as well. Why not? Would it sell anything else? Yes, I made a list. So I would love reader accessories, of course, cards, greeting cards, bookmarks, book bags. Lately I see so many and they're so cute. Maybe t-shirts with quotes on books from famous authors, and also ideas that book lovers would appreciate as gifts. And what features would you want in that shop? And that's where I gotten the name, after thinking about I would like to have a coffee corner with healthy little pastries and a variety of teas, fresh juices, places where people can sit and read their books. And also would love to host book clubs and events, book presentations, and author interviews, and yeah, anything related to literature. It would really be nice. So this gave me the idea of naming the bookshop Kettles and Books. Do you like it? I think it's adorable. I like it. So moving on, the fourth prompt is one person, not a booktube creator, with whom you can have a good conversation about books. I can talk about books with even strangers. I can meet someone and I'm reading the book and we start a conversation on books and we go on and on and on. But I do have a couple of girlfriends where I'm very close to. I've known them forever. So we've gone to school together, and they are book lovers as well. So yeah, when we meet, there's always a little space and time for us to talk about books and what books we loved, and we want to share. And not necessarily we have the same taste in books, but we do have some middle ground of things that can interest us both. So I enjoy talking about books, especially when you meet people at a book event, of course, then you just immediately click with these people. So it's so fun, and of course, I mean, we are all book addicted here. You wouldn't be surprised, right? Let's see. Fifth and last prompt. If you won £1,000,000 or other currency and you could only spend it on books or book-related items, how would you spend it? Well, that's easy. I would set up my bookstore. Of course, is it £1,000,000 or euros sufficient, do you think? I don't know. So it's time for me to tag along some booktuber friends. So I've chosen Reney of Beyond Books. I've chosen Hannah of Hannah's Books. I've chosen the Mild Rumpus, Aaron Facer, Flo of the Great Jelly Library, and Sui Book Banter. And as usual, anybody is welcome to reproduce it. Thank you again, Katherine, for tagging me along. This was really fun. It's time for me to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching and supporting this channel. I look forward to see you back here next week on Uncommon Reader. In the meantime, happy reading. Ciao!